Welcome back, guys. January 20th. So we didn't trade yesterday, obviously holiday. Today, look at the screen right here, $19. I was up $36 today, and I get back about quite a bit on the top. I actually give back a little more than half than what I had initially. Now, earlier in this morning, I could have walked away. I could have stopped, as you can see. I could have stopped with SHPH and been done for the day, but no, I kept on over trading. So I went from green to red to green, and I think the recovery was good. It's possible in this market, but in the cold market, not possible. So we're gonna go over through our trades today, and we're gonna go over through our small caps, not small caps, but our options day trading today. We did a swing trade as well, but we also did a day trade on IWM 0 DTE. So with the first stock, we had GNLN. So GNLN, this morning there was I pulled up the scanners and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on. Today's gonna be a long video. I have a lot of stuff to cover. Hopefully, just lock in and just enjoy. So GNLN comes up on the scanner. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, there's news on this, so we'll exit out. This one wasn't the best quality stock, but there was some news on this. Came out first thing in the morning, float 1 million, and I'm looking at the daily chart. Look at the daily chart right here. It's looking good. I'm like, okay, we're opening just slightly above the previous closing day, and I'll take it. My stats say if I'm over at least 20% or 30%, which is better, the higher the percentage of these gainers, the more I'm able to profit. So I was like, okay, first icebreaker, let's get in. So with GNLN, we'll look at the 10-second charts. Now, I'm noticing this on the level 2, and I'm like, okay, it's a little light. I don't know what's going to go on. First trade of the morning, I'm going to keep it light. Remember, starting position's always 100 shares until we've hit our 5-day consecutive green streak, which we kept today. So I noticed there was, I kept this line right here, 184, and they kept going up, and I was like, I don't know, it's holding above the 10, and it just keeps going up, 702, and I decided to jump in at this next candle and actually get in for about 206. Now I'm holding, it's starting to flatten. I don't like how it's looking just because the price is starting to flatten, and I'm thinking that it's going to turn, and then we get a quick surge all the way to 226, and I get out for a 20 cents win. So I'm like, good, base hit, $20. That's all we need, just a base hit. Now, I don't know. Oh, as you can also see, ASBP, I was just checking to see if I could trade it. I didn't know what it was from. I think it had like, it was from somewhere. Let me see. This had PR, so I didn't know. I was like, can I trade this? Just with how Schwab is, and I could. So that's why I took that trade on there, but I don't count it. So then, good 20 started position on GNLN, $20, take it. And this is what I need to do, just slowly keep stacking up, but not give it back. And I feel like I did a poor job of trying to maintain that. I did get back up to green, but it could have been better. Could have been better. And my last trade, I think the fear kind of kicked in, and it took away a bit of my profits. Or I guess I gave the longer I held, or the longer I held on my last trade. If I had held longer, the profits would have been a little bit better. But the fear got to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I just went from green to red to green. So we'll go into that later. So right now I have SDST. So SDST, this one, it came up. I was like, immediately there has to be shorts on this because it just kept getting slammed for no, well, not for no reason. There's always a reason it'll get slammed. This did come out with breaking news. What was the news? They got some sort of air permits. Everything was good on this chart. Recent reverse split, September. So this is going up, and my entry is around this candle at 732. I'm gonna look at my entry real quick. I get in for 514. At 514, right, on this candle, and it instantly gets slammed. It goes all the way to 550, and I try to sell, and I couldn't sell. I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out. I was like, okay, that was a very quick swing. Um, I was hoping to profit or have this stock at least go up a lot more. Um, but it didn't. It just got slammed instantly, and I was like, okay, there's got to be shorts, and I took my loss for $5. I got out 509 at the next candle. So this loss was about, it was about honestly 10 seconds between this candle and that candle. It was about 10 seconds. Nope, I lied. It was about a minute. Sorry, between a minute. So I got in, got out, lost $5. I was like, okay, that's okay. We're gonna let this pull back because I didn't like how this instantly got slammed, and it just kept going on further, and I couldn't get out for profit. and I ended up getting out for a loss, $5, and I'll take it. So that's all we need. And then I was like being a little bit suspicious. I was like, I don't know if I should trust the stock. I didn't like how this price action was moving in the 1 minute, and then this kept going up again. I got in for another entry at 7:36 in the morning for 5:34 for a break of this high right here. So right here, yep. I was like, okay, 5:36. We'll try to push towards 5:50. So I get in for 5:36 at this red candle right here as it flushed down, trying to bounce off the 9 EMA, 5:34, and I'm holding for about, let's see, SDST, 5:34. I'm holding about for actually a minute too. So from this candle to this candle, I get out. I get in for entry 5:34, 5:56, and I'm like, okay, that's really good. So on SDST, I profited about $15. I get back 5, but I made 15 back. So not too bad. I lost $25. It would have been 20, but I had a $5 loss on this. And then it began to slam again. I'm noticing these double tops, and I just don't like the feeling of the stock. I was like, in my mind, I was like, should I keep trading this? And in my mind, I was like, no, it didn't feel right. I don't know if you guys were trading the stock. Let me know. It didn't feel right. I think there was shorts on this, and I was right. I mean, look at this nasty drop. It just kept going down further. I didn't like how this was going, and I'm glad I didn't trade it longer than I should have. So I only captured this beginning move, and I think that was okay. But I was able to manage the loss and come out with a green. The next trade, this is SHPH. So SHPH, I was like, I could have sworn the stock went up earlier, but I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of another one that sounded similar. Anyways, what was the news on this stock? This one went up a lot today too, as you can see. I want to pull up the right here. SHPH, so pharmaceutical company, we like that. Biotech, pharmaceuticals, we like that. Float. Volume is over 100 million today, and I'm gonna double click here. So when I'm looking through on the daily chart, what I like to do, I like to skim through the volume. Like, okay, how's the volume looking on this on these days? And I'm seeing that these days have lighter volume. So I'm like, okay, 1 million float. We get over, you know, a volume of like, I guess 100,000. We know this could probably run because this is going to be high relative volume. So I just like to skim the volume to see how it's been looking the last couple of days. And the relative volume will tell you at the top right over here. So relative volume 259. That's really good. So there was news. Actually, no news. No news. This one started moving, no news, and I was like, okay, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with this and see what's gonna go on. All right. So I get in with another first entry at 5:03 in the morning. So we're gonna look at the 10-second just for precise entries. So 8 a.m. rolls around, or 5 a.m. for me, and it actually starts moving way before, and I was like, there's gotta be news on this. There's gotta be news. And then 8 a.m. rolls around. Ugh, I don't know. I hate when it's like this. I don't know if it's my settings or if it's just when I zoom out, zoom in. Anyways, so the blue indicates my entry, the yellow indicates my exit. I figured it's easier, so I was hoping for this breakout over 350, and I get in for this entry right here at the SHPH 337, and the next candle begins to drop, and I actually only hold this for 10 seconds. I hold this move for 10 seconds. I got out immediately. I saw this start to break the structure at 9 EMA, and then it started dipping at the 20, and I was like, I'm gonna get out. This is not safe. I don't think this is gonna go further. So I think I did really good. I lost though about $20. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I just get back $20, and that's okay. It was a big swing. So then in the middle of that, while I'm not trading here, I'm not looking at SHPH, I try to trade DRMA. So this was the bad trade. This is the trade I should not have traded at all. This is what ate up most of my profits. This is what made me go red on the day. This is bad. I don't know why I traded this. There was no news on this one. It was a biotech stock as well. Float was good, and I think I got into my mind where I was like, okay, I think this could run, but it's one of those things where it's like I anticipated it before things actually started, developing on its own, and that's what was fucking me up last year, where I kept trying to anticipate moves, but nothing would happen. So what went wrong? I mean, look at this. I get in for about 100 shares. I got partial fills at 285. So 285, I noticed right here. I'm like, okay, we can break 270. I actually get in for 506. I get in at this red candle. I'm like thinking that we're gonna dip, and it dips down further, and I'm down $10, right? And then goes down further again. There's no 9 or 20 EMA structure, so I'm kind of going in blind, and I was like, oh shit, well, this is not good. So I held this for 20 seconds. I get out for about pretty much a $30 loss. I mean, 285, 257, almost $30 loss, and I was like, wow, I just blew my green day. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. I feel like okay, 530 was gonna roll around, or I was trying to go back to SHPH because I was seeing it on my running up scanner, and I was like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be smart. That was not a smart move, but we're gonna be smarter and try to catch this pullback. But this is where the fear got to me. So I noticed SHPH started curling back up, and I was like, wait, I've seen this pattern before. I've seen this curling pattern. We've had this rejection right here, but I was watching this closely. So on the 1 minute too, I was like, okay, this is breaking structure, breaking about VWAP. Was doing good. And then I actually get in for at 304 on this candle right here. So it shoots up all the way to green. I'm in at 304, and then I sell at the top for about 15, yeah, $15. That was a quick trade. And why did I get out so quickly? It wasn't even 10 seconds. It was 7 seconds. I got out right here in the same candle. Well, the fear kicked in. I just lost my money. I was like, let me lock in my profits. Who can blame me? It was my fault. The only person I can blame was myself because I took a bad trade, and that destroyed my confidence just a little bit. And I was like, let me lock in the profits before I regret a bigger loss because I lost on this one initially, and I wasn't sure. You're never sure. It did hold 90 EMA support, and that's one of the things where I got blinded, where I was like, hey, this is holding 90 EMA. I can hold this. I can hold this for a really good move up. This would be 50-cent winner. I'd be up a little bit more on the day. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I'm learning. So I'm learning every day. And then I watch it go up further. It makes another high at 361, and I actually get in for my last entry at 339 on this red candle. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this pullback right here, and then I sell out this next candle at 356. So this is about a 14-cent winner. So no, not 14 cents. Hold on. Let me see this. So 15 cents, yeah, because it put me red on the day. I was red initially on the day. So this last trade right here, as you can see, uh, put me back in the green. So I made $19. So after this initial trade, I think it was about, trying to do the math here, $14, 15. So I was barely in the green by this point, but then the second trade up to 356 is what put me into the green. And same thing, I could have held another two candles and another 20 cents, and it would have brought me back to $39, which was my initial profit on the day. So I overtraded. One, overtraded. Two, I tried to force a setup that wasn't there. And three, I wasn't trusting that, hey, it's holding support. Nothing is showing good, bad on the level two. I wasn't seeing big sellers, but the fear from the previous trades is what messed me up. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. $19. I'll take it. We're all green. We're green today. So I'm gonna show you guys today where we're headed. See, $27. Good. So less is more. I took less trades on the days where we shouldn't have traded. Last Friday, and Wednesday. I missed this breakout. I said on my post, I missed a breakout, I think on, I forgot the stock name. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are aiming for Thursday, green day, so I can up my shares to 110, and I just got to remain in consistency. I took a little bit too many trades on this today, and that shot me in the butt. So now we're going to switch over to IWM. I did pretty good. So knowing that this was a 3-day weekend, I've seen that 3-day weekends usually result in some sort of gap down. I don't know what it is, but news likes to be put out right after the market closed before 3-day weekend. More often than not, from what I've seen 3-day weekends just gap down, but that's not always true. So I did take this gamble, but I was looking at the 4-hour chart on the IWM. I bought a contract last Friday for expiration date of today for 131. Today, I walked out with 463. So over $300 gain. I was really, really good. Fantastic. So as I'm looking at this on the 4-hour chart, so last Friday we actually dipped below the support, and I tried to play call right here, I don't think I did. Let me see. You can see my history. This, yeah, I know I lost about 5 contracts. Okay, I was trying to play. I actually did profit, but I was slowly scalping out of this. This is profit. I don't think I went over this trade, but this is a little bit of profit, not too much. But I was playing a contract. Sorry, I didn't go over it. Anyways, at the close, I was like, okay, on this 4 hour chart, this is looking like we're dipping down. It's breaking the support. We could, go into a downtrend. And, when Trump put out news on Saturday with the tariffs and the European Union and stuff about Greenland, I was like, okay, this is going to look good for my puts. Really great for my puts, and I don't mind it. So I took that trade. Today, yeah, so this was good. Today, what I tried to do was take advantage of the gap down. So whenever we have a gap down, I notice so we try to fill the gap. Today I would have profited if I just had a little bit longer, and I got a little bit of FOMO, but I did have a set stop loss. So my contracts, what contract did I try to get in at? Let's see. So my contracts were at 136. My stop loss was 120, and it hit a stop loss of 119, 114. I was like, damn. And then I hit my sell and it filled me for 124. And I was like, whatever. I lost $33. Who cares? It's
Coming
better than
from
losing $300.
CBS
Let
says
me mute
Trump
that.
will brief the press today.
Sorry. Anyways, I I don't know. I felt kind of upset because initially what I was looking for, well, was this break. Let's see right here. So this is where it topped. And right here. It topped right there earlier in the morning. It dipped down below VWAP, and then the 9 and 20 are still above and diverged. And this green candle surges above the 90 EMA. So this is where I get in. You'll see my entry right here at the call at 727. So I take a little bit of hesitation. I get in between this candle, between these two candles, or this candle, I guess you would say. And I'm holding. This is the 5 minute chart, and I'm holding, and it dips down here at 263.50. I'm like, whoa, that's gonna hit my stop loss. And I get out. And then it consolidates further. It didn't break the 20 EMA. It broke the 90 EMA, but it didn't close. It just closed right there. Or actually, no. It closed higher. Sorry. It didn't close at the 90 EMA or below. It closed higher. So that tells me that I should have held. Because I have to see where this candle's closing. Just because it's dipping, it could just be a dip. And this is a bottoming tail. This is bullish. So I don't know. I got a little fearful, and I was like, shit. Well, I should have. I don't know. It's one of those things where you balance out your risk management. And I am a small account. I don't have a crap ton of money, but I want to preserve as much as I can. So I have to respect the stop loss. It's better than losing $300. And this started consolidating further, and it's higher. And this contract was worth about like $2 now, $2 a share, I believe. Um, it was at 136. I saw it at 180, 190. At this point when it broke through 264.50. So I lost $33, but I made 330 something dollars. So it canceled out. I made $300 today net profit, and I will take it. Right now, my Robinhood, I have about like $900. I've taken profit out. I want to start this kind of like small challenge in a way, in like Robinhood. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's a long video, but this is, I guess, the strategy for the trading the options. And I'm noticing that, okay, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a break in either direction, and we're either looking for a break in the 9/20 EMA or above or below. And this did hold above VWAP, it did hold above 90 EMA, it did dip, but it didn't break the 20 EMA. And it kept slowly grinding up. But this is more of a grinder. There are days where I think on Friday, let me show you Friday's move. Friday's move, this is where I took the move a little too soon. So on Friday's move, I took the call. So yeah, right here. So I noticed this top right here, and I put in a line at 266. I had my calls were set for 267 strike price, and I think it was a little bit too high. What I'm gonna start doing, if it's like under or below 250, if it's below 250, I'm gonna, or not 250 at the half dollar. I mean, if it's below the half dollar, I'm gonna do the next whole dollar down. But if it's above the half dollar, then I'm gonna do the strike price above that. So that way I can go for that breakout. But it was below the half dollar, and I got a little too high. So it dipped down, right? And initially went up again. I'm noticing this 920 convergence. This green candle is surging above the 9, and I'm like, okay, this is good. And I notice this doji form, and I get out. And that's when I got my small win. But this was a little too early, a little bit too early. I don't know. I should have waited for a rejection. Um, I think it's best waiting too for waiting maybe an hour after the open. I'm still trying to figure out, okay, when is the best time, because you want to get into contracts for not so expensive, but you also don't want to get them for too cheap because they're more likely going to be at the money. But also, it's I'm trying to find this balance. I'm trying to understand how this works. I'm in a Discord. This guy, he shows how he does it, and like he kind of gives out calls, and I'm sort of following, but I'm trying to anticipate how he's doing this. And I'll share this in another video on what Discord it is, and maybe you guys should check it out. I think they do a fantastic job, and I'm learning. And what I've learned is that they're writing this 9/20 EMA structure on the 5-minute chart, and they're setting stop losses at 15-20%. But I got in too early because you can see here on this move, it did dip down. It doubled bottom. You can see here double bottom, and then it broke through the 920 EMA again. And then his entry, this person's entry for the Discord was around 810, 820, and this kept surging up all the way to 267. But the call strike for them was 266. I got in 267, so I got in too early. But this is what I mean. It's riding above this 90 EMA structure, looking at the MACD crossover, and when to get out. When I'm seeing this shade from light to dark, this is telling me that maybe the move is going to unwind, and that's a good time to take profit. It did go up a little bit higher, but you want to take profits. And at this point, these contracts over here are going to be a lot cheaper than when they're over there. And it was only about, a dollar move, or not even a dollar move. I mean, 265, 267, no, more than a dollar move. So I don't know. It's a little bit of, I don't know. I don't think it's as confusing. It's as confusing as it seems. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, when is a good time, and you know, when do you know the breakout will be? It's hard to tell, but there was a lot of volume surging. You can see this candle broke through this high, and I'm pretty sure that gave confidence with giving out the call, and it ended up working out. So let me know what you guys think. I know it's a bit of a long video. This was a bit of a tangent. I'm just trying to share to you guys what I'm trying to do on the side and what I'm trying to learn, and I'm always learning. And we did good on this today, not so good on this contract. Sorry, we did good on this put. We didn't do so good on this call, but we didn't lose too much. Manage risk. And I don't know. Let me know if that makes sense. I mean, you're either looking for a breakout in either direction, going up or below 920 EMA, and obviously setting your stop losses. And it's a long hold. I mean, I think they're still holding. I think they already got out of profit. I'm not sure, but I would have already taken profit if I was like maybe at. I mean, the goal is 265, but I likely would have taken profit sooner because I would have just locked it in. And I was profitable right in this area, but the hard goal was 265, and I kept on holding. So the emotion kind of got to me, but hey, we did good overall today. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if I can elaborate this on the strategy a bit further. I know it sounds like I'm talking out of my own ass, but I'm really trying my best to understand how to trade these options, zero DTE, but also, you know, this is another way to be profitable in the market. Another good way to learn an instrument, another tool. All right, take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.